Living Dave
Yeah,
got the
about
message.
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Where
it's
have you been staying, bud?
I built a little shack
I bet. But anyways, just this cam. Just start the thing now.
All right, all right.
yeah.
Yeah, sit in the chairs, dude. Sit in with your cousin. Sit in with your cousin over there. Sit in with your cousin and your sister.
I think everyone's allowed to sit where they want. Can we start this?
yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's true.
believe it's
Yeah.
wise to
Yeah.
start.
There are some new faces that I've
Yeah,
never seen
so we
before.
should probably. Yeah, so we should really be probably. Hello, everybody. Now my name is Yuki, and everybody knows me.
Mm.
I hope. But yeah, welcome to the first ever UN Council meeting. So basically, we're gonna talk about everything that we need to talk about here. So let's get serious, guys. So any of y'all need snacks or something? I'm sorry, we don't have snacks yet. But yeah, we should
I
probably
brought
start
some along.
with.
I'll be fine.
I
Yeah,
got
Well, yeah,
some
sounds
we should
good.
watermelon.
probably. Well, we should probably start with the first agenda, which is. Hang on a second. I know I have my paper here somewhere. Yeah. So everybody in their seats. Everybody in their seats. In their
That
proper
sounds
seats.
about right.
All
Sounds
right.
Yes, I believe
So,
so.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
so I guess that starting today, those will be your seats. Those will be your official seats,
Hmm.
and those will be where you are sitting.
Oh,
Get
okay.
comfy, guys, because if
All
you got a
right.
broken chair, we can't do anything about that until after the meeting. Thank you. Now, as because of that, I guess you could say that this is the official UN Council. My bad. Sorry, I mixed up with an anime I was reading last night. Thank you
When
for
did
that manga. Um,
what?
anyways, nothing, nothing. Don't
Okay,
worry about it.
thanks for sharing that. I guess.
Ah,
Okay, so basically, anyways, but enough about the mangas and all that jazz. We're here because of us. So, what I want to bring to the table is basically establishing this council. So this is everybody. Yes, this is everybody. This is everybody.
Well, I mean, there's several faces that are not here, but I'm pretty sure they're doing their own thing at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they probably couldn't come, but I guess okay. Well, considering what happened where everybody was late, I feel like we need to address something. And if I could have the floor. So
Yeah.
basically, we're having some issues with. Now, as you may all know, um, we have those little tower things, and I guess you could say that those will be one of new ways to communicate. Am I saying this right?
Yeah. Yeah, you are. You got
Okay,
it.
so those are going to be the ways that we're going to communicate with each other. It's going to be faster. So if you guys
Well,
see someone in the towers,
um,
yeah, yeah.
how though? Like, how exactly do those things work? I mean, there's not really a button.
Oh well, if that's the case, hang on. Just if you want to take the floor over here, I'm not really into the whole technicality. Hoo-ha.
Well, as of right now, we've established what seems to be metaphorically known as an email. I'm sure everybody used it back when everything was civilized. As of right now, we're still figuring out how you can receive those messages in fine print, which we'll be diving into that a little more later. Me and my wife here are going to figure that out. But as of right
Mm-hmm.
now, those towers are connected, so that means communication will be done via email type system. But as of right now, I'm thinking that we should only use it for governmental purposes.
Like a
That's what
broadcast
No,
system.
a
like calling
broadcast
in for these
system and
meetings.
whatnot. Calling for government related issues, world issues, UN issues,
Mm.
politics, all of that stuff. But that begs the question of how we are going to get messages to everybody about other
I'm glad you
things.
asked that. Actually, I have an idea.
What is it?
So you know how I've been experimenting on a bunch of stuff, and yes, talking about that one incident. You guys don't do that, but basically, I wanted to propose a messenger, official people to send in those letters because Not gonna lie, with me and Justice on the council, I feel like somebody else should do it. So I'm thinking of assigning people for that job. Now, I have a suggestion about who is going to be on that messenger system. If
All right.
that's okay.
Yeah,
That's
go
okay.
for it. Go for it.
I nominate Angel, Kitty, and Noi.
What?
Hi.
Angel,
Pick one.
Kitty, and Noi.
What?
How?
You know,
That's great that you're giving them jobs, but how are they gonna get around to do something like that?
See, that's the thing. That's the thing I haven't thought about yet. The thing is that what we really lack is transportation. I nominate these three because they're actually, well, here's the thing. I can vouch for them because they actually know, they do their duties well. They're responsible despite being young. And they
Okay.
don't mind the long trips. They don't mind the long trips.
Yeah, but constantly walking on
That is
riding boats is not
It is-
necessarily a good trip.
Yeah, it
Um,
is.
if I
Of writing a bill and turning it into something.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right. So, from what I understand, we're going to be voting on seeking out better ways of transportation, whether it's by sea, by underground, or by air.
I do like the boat idea, the boat with the eyes idea. I do like it.
I
It
mean, I like
actually
it
is.
too. I like it too. But
It seems like
if we can find something that can simulate, like I don't know, air travel, which is 10 times faster than what we're thinking, then we could have other ways of getting places much more faster.
So any means of transportation that's going to be built and to be approved. Yeah, that's what we're putting on.
Yeah, of course.
Hmm.
As long as it's for, well, legal stuff,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah, obviously. So let's put it to the vote, people, and anybody who agrees, say aye.
I.
Hi.
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 And
I.
Bye.
yeah,
Hi.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I.
Or stand up, or or stand up.
Mm.
Hi.
I stand up.
Hi.
I stand up. I stand up. There you go. Right, then I guess it's approved. So any means of transportation is going to be implemented, either air, sea, or underwater. Depends on you. As long as it gets us anywhere, it's fine. And it's not for illegal stuff. That's fine.
Hmm.
Could I suggest something or like ask something?
Oh yeah, sure,
Uh,
Sure.
sure.
I I like the ice idea. Like it seems really efficient. There are certain places in the world where heat can melt them, but another problem is where are we even gonna get all the
Antarctica.
Well then,
Antarctica.
that's where I step in.
Ooh.
See, fun fact is that regular ice melts under the sun, but when you pack it down real tight, it actually does not melt under the sun.
That's
And if
true.
you pack
Good to
that
know.
ice down even more, you get what is essentially the luxurious version, blue ice, which is even faster than packed ice, of which we may or may not be able to afford.
I can
Well, at least we got
also
something.
I can also send some ice that way. Being in
Sure.
Good, good,
Greenland.
good, good, good.
Yeah, sure.
My,
Good,
my
good,
only
good.
my only doubts about this if it's gonna be safe or not, because we don't know
Well, we
if
have
there's
to
gonna
test
be any.
it.
That's
Well,
Well,
we have to
true.
test it first.
well, think of it this way. When highways were built, they built railings to prevent stuff like that from happening. So who's not to say we do the same thing?
Hmm.
out of
Why?
what?
Why? Out of anything, we have stone. We have stone that we mined ourselves with our own pickaxe.
Mhm.
We could put that to use. Have you all not had cobblestone fill up your chests? Why not?
Um,
Why,
I
why
have.
not?
Absolutely
Why
not.
not?
No, not
Why?
really.
Why not put it to use? All right.
Tend
Because
to throw that stuff
why would you make a train without tracks or a highway without rails? That's an accident waiting to happen.
yeah,
That is
exactly.
true. Very wise and well said,
Mhm.
And who's gonna jump out of their boat while on the move? That's suicide.
Stupid. That's stupid.
I mean, people would
Yes,
do
yeah, I
that in
mean,
the old world.
Especially with like the
totally.
probability of drowning too.
I mean, unless.
Mhm.
Mm.
I'm sure we'll figure out something because we have the resources, we have the means,
Oh,
and we have the power to do so.
wait. Are you Davern? Were you trying to say?
Yeah, I have another concern. I've
What's
noticed
the
that
Yeah.
concern?
these creatures can go high and low. What makes us say that those things won't be on our bridges or whatever we decide to go with?
Well,
Oh.
as
That's a
far
good
as I'm
Good
point.
as,
Actually,
point.
as
I
far
have
as I'm
a
concerned,
I have a suggestion. As you may know, I recently built a seawall across my thing, around my area, and so far from what I've noticed, it's actually keeping all the mobs out. The height is making it so that the land ones can't get in, and it's making those and the barriers I put on top of those is actually making the spiders not be able to climb over. So if we built something like that around the whalings, it could actually work. Like
Also,
cover it.
if I may add something, though I
Yeah.
think you all should know by now, these mobs, they don't like the light.
oh
Oh
yeah,
So
yeah,
as
they
they
long
would
don't.
as
burn.
everything
Yeah.
stays well lit, as long as everything stays well lit, and that's also why I like the Skyway because it'll automatically burn whatever shouldn't be there in the mornings. Is
Actually,
that the?
there.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Mm.
I'm
Go
sorry.
on.
There actually are two mobs that I learned that don't burn in the sun. The green thing that looks like it's creeping up on you, and the spider.
Creepers.
Hmm.
These.
Yeah. Well,
Those
creepers.
those
Nice
two
Alright, so
At
mobs.
least the spiders don't. At least the spiders are nice in the daylight.
Yeah, so
I mean,
spiders is not
Yeah.
Doesn't
an
make them any
issue.
less creepy though.
they're
It's the
nice in the
creepers.
daylight because they're blind in the daylight.
All right. All right. Let's sit down and actually think about this, okay? What Yuki's suggesting isn't a bad idea. It really isn't. All right. I've done the same thing over at mine, or me and my wife's place as well, and so far it's working. As far as I'm concerned, there are no creatures that are flying because the worst thing ever. But what I do know is that there are creatures inside the sea that are very hostile, and there are definitely a lot of land creatures that are very hostile.
I've
So
passed by some before, actually.
I'm thinking, if I'm not wrong, phone packed ice does not melt with torches around it, does it? Or
It
light
does
sources.
not.
All right. So what we do is we simply make sure that all of the bridge, the skyways, whatever you want to call them, is covered in light, while also
So
having
tunnel
those
lights.
sustainabilities.
So tunnel
Hmm.
lights.
Tunnel lights. Think of it that way. Yeah. That's what they do when you go through a mountain on a road. They light up the area so you're not encased in darkness. It causes
Right.
crashes if you don't have light.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking that's what we do. We make the skyways a little
We
more
light
off
them
the
up.
ground. We light them up and we make sure that no creature can ever get onto them.
That sounds doable.
I mean,
Yeah.
even then, if what you're saying is true, phone, if you're going that fast on ice, they won't be able to do anything to you. They can't catch you. They
Yeah.
can't grab you. They can't do anything. You'll just zip
It'd
right
be
past them.
that is true. That is the equivalent of a bullet.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be going as fast as a bullet train to a bullet.
Think of it that way, a bullet train.
Two bullet trains.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Precisely.
So I think this is a good idea. I think
Mm-hmm.
that so we
Hmm.
all have to pitch in for this. We all probably have to.
Oh, of course, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I could supply some cobblestone.
I can supply as well. I got
I have a
tons
lot
of
of
it.
cobblestone in
I
my
have
chest.
tons as well.
Oh, we got a
I
lot.
can
probably supply some.
I can do torches. I have a lot of coal.
I have entirely
Hmm.
too much
Here.
cobble.
Well,
All right.
here's the thing, guys. If you don't mind me, like with one more parting shot, we all
Yeah.
have resources, and that's great. But if there's one thing I learned in this new world is that, and also in the old one, is that we can't really get anything done without manual labor. So, if we're gonna make this happen, everyone's gonna have to pitch in on building the roads themselves too. And considering I'm not doing this alone, I can't rightly ask you guys to pay for it either. So, let's just call this one big community project, huh?
Yeah.
Agreed.
Totes.
I mean,
Agreed. Agreed.
I
we can
agree.
we
Yeah,
can also get the
I
villagers'
agree.
help as well.
Yeah, we can get those guys.
Because as
They're
far as
really
I'm
good at
concerned,
building. They're really good at building. They built my house for God's sake.
as far as I'm concerned, the villagers actually can understand our language when it's written. They can't understand it
Hmm.
by voice. But if we simply approach them, many of them, and express what we're doing, and maybe give them something in return, like in Japan, there's so much gold to go around. I'm
There's a
sure they,
lot of iron too.
I'm sure they'd be willing to help.
Hmm.
True. So
Right.
I guess that's approved. I guess that's it. That's
All
approved.
right, all right.
Next.
That's our
Mhm.
first bill approved.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yay. Well,
Alright.
Well, that was better than I expected.
actually, there is one thing.
What's up?
Um, have this is gonna sound crazy, like super crazy. Like we're talking about it, like super crazy,
I
supernatural shit,
mean,
crazy.
honestly, look around us. The world is empty. Nothing sounds crazy at this point.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, that
Yeah,
Very
is true.
pretty
fair
much.
point.
That is
Well,
true. But okay. Basically, oh hey, hey. But like, actually, speaking of you, perfect timing actually, because what
Hey
I'm
guys.
about to talk about is something that's gonna involve you, buddy.
And that would be.
All right. So recently, and Kitty, I believe you know what this is. There, did anybody encounter any gods?
Wait, you know they
I
exist too?
I
I'm
actually
sorry,
did
what?
Excuse me,
yesterday.
what?
All right, all right.
Excuse me?
One at a time, please.
Let me just get this straight. Okay, I've been hearing a lot about this stuff recently, and it's really got me a little worked up. But apparently, there are rumors, and some people in this very room have met with gods, actual deities higher above us.
How would that
Oh.
work?
Why
Good
are you
joke, right?
laughing?
Funny.
He was laughing.
Because that is
Why are
such
you
a lie. That is
There-
such a lie.
Hermes was at Anime Land yesterday.
See,
Oh my
he
God.
appeared. He appeared in Greece.
I can accept the fact of
Yeah.
monsters because I can find ways to back that
All right,
up, but
hey,
actual
hey.
gods.
Hey, let's not sit there and accuse anybody of lying, okay? Because the fact of the matter is that there are things in this world that are beyond natural control. There are living zombies, potion making, and enchants for weapons. So it's not too far fetched to think that there's possibly something out there, okay? So do not call the people in this room liars, because you don't know that.
And may I interject one little thing? So, Justice, you know how me and Pastelli made that tunnel to your land?
Yeah, I do.
The gods actually helped us make that.
I knew there was something going on. There was no
I
way
knew
they
it.
could have built
There was
that.
no
Oh
way.
yeah,
Exactly.
that's
There was
right.
a day.
Wow.
There was a long tunnel from Greece to Anime
We
Land.
did do the
Then
Greece one
Greece.
ourselves. We did do the
Yes,
Greece
that
one
is true.
ourselves, but the one to Anime Land, that wouldn't have been able to get done that fast
Yeah.
All right,
without.
hold on a second.
The
Hold on a
gods.
second. There's too much to comprehend here.
Greece when I was with Kitty. He
All
basically
right.
mentioned a mansion somewhere north of Greece that has the possible answers as to what everything is going on.
He did mention that to me too, that the answer should soon be revealed.
He mentioned that to you as well?
Oh, the mansion.
Is that all that was
A
said?
mansion.
I've seen a mansion.
Yeah, I know about that.
He didn't
Wait,
say what
you saw it?
anything. He didn't say what it was that was there, but he did say that the truth was there.
Did
I've
anybody
never-
else hear that from him?
I've never.
Yeah, I
I've-
heard it as
I
well.
didn't hear it, but I've
The
seen a
truth
mansion.
of what exactly?
I've never even heard of him.
All right,
until
all right,
now.
all right, everyone. Let's just calm down. Let's talk about this one at a time, okay? So what we know is that the Greek messenger god of Hermes from the Greek pantheon came to us and told us about some sort of mansion in Europe. Is that where I'm getting this from?
Yep.
Yeah.
Correct.
North
Can any
of Greece,
can anybody actually confirm that this is a real thing? This mansion.
Yeah, I
Well,
can.
that's
Seen it.
I've been to Europe.
I've seen a mansion out in like the woods and
What does it look like? What does it look like?
it's a big mansion. It's made out of cobblestone and the dark wood.
Dark oak.
Yeah, dark oak.
Are we sure this isn't somebody's home? Or is this
It's a pretty large ass house.
Question, by the way, was it north of Greece? North of Greece.
If I'm getting my geography correct, I believe so.
And that was just as you want to know something funny. That's exactly the direction he was. North of Greece.
Are we sure that he's saying the truth? Like you said, he is a master trigger.
well,
remember?
well. Here's the thing. If he told these people about a mansion in, I'm sorry, what is your name?
Zolan.
If Zolan here actually confirms that this mansion is real and is telling us it's very much real, then I don't see why we shouldn't trust his word.
We should really investigate.
I've
Yeah, I'm
Zolan,
searching
actually,
for
Zolan,
once.
you should probably wait. Aren't you a researcher
yeah. Oh, not before, but now I am.
currently? Oh, now okay. We should.
I'll go
send
with him.
Zolan.
Wait, Zolan, can I come with you?
I don't
You
see
should go
why
with him.
not.
You should go with him. Grimes, you should go with him.
Ooh,
Could I go too?
I want to go with as well. I've been searching for this thing for weeks.
It's
Alright,
best. It's
whoever.
best to search this in the group. That way, it's safer
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, exactly. We need to
Cover
guard
more ground.
him. Zolan, can we trust you to search that mansion for any answers about what happened?
No, guys. I don't think this is a good idea.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
I don't. Okay, listen. It's a mysterious mansion that a god pointed out. All right. Let's think about this here. If we're just gonna send some people in there, who knows what's beyond those doors? Yeah. What if it is a trap? You have to think about these things.
Remember,
If we're gonna scout this place out, we need to examine it first. We need to go there and maybe peek in the window or something, just to know that there's nothing funny going on. And then when the time comes, it's not just gonna be one person. It has to be a lot of people.
So we
All
need
right?
to send a squad full of.
Exactly.
Give or take, how many people? How many people are we talking about for an expedition like this?
I'd say about 10, maybe.
A pretty big mansion.
I call
We
dibs
do
on
need to
being on
cover
it.
a lot of ground.
I'm willing to help.
Because here's the thing. I get it. Some of you are really strong and whatnot, but one arrow to the head is you're basically done. All right, and we know for a fact that there's somebody or something, some force that's been killing villagers, and they have means of bows. We've seen it. You and I, Yuki, and Grimes. We've seen it. The desecrated villages, the shots in the window. Who's to say that whoever's beyond that door could be the same people? I mean, after all, think about it. None of us here have killed a villager.
Fight them.
Of course not. Why would you do such a thing?
Yeah, totally.
All right.
I believe the main issue here is the amount of people that's going. And I agree with Justice that 10 is enough. We do probably need to deck out for this. This is an expedition. We're talking about. We have no idea what's in it. We have no idea if it's even safe to go into. So I believe we should prepare for this expedition. So
As
who
per,
is willing? We should probably send volunteers though, like decked
I'm
out
going.
volunteers.
I'm
Who's
going.
willing to
Well,
die
where
for
you're
us?
going, I'm going with you. I'm going with you.
I'm
I'm
going
going.
too.
I'm going because I need because I want to seek answers as much as
I
everybody
need to
else.
see this mansion, so
I'm going.
Like the only
I'm
person
going
who knows where it
too.
is, so I'm
Alright,
going.
Alright.
whoever's
One at a
going
time.
on this. Alright, whoever's going on this expedition, stand up right now.
I'm going, but only to sell you guys supplies.
I think
Man,
this is more than
it's as if
I'm going to
You are
everybody.
supply
just
food.
pure
That's
fucking
quite
corporate, aren't you?
helpful.
I have a suggestion.
All
Yeah?
right.
Yeah?
I suggest that we have 3 people up. We have archers in the very back. That way we
Why do
Mm.
we have a few minis standing up?
The more the
That's not
better,
right.
guys. The
The
more
more
the
the
better.
better. The more the better.
The more the
Mm.
We
merrier.
don't know what's
We
out
can't
there.
just
We don't
solo everything, you know.
everybody is very
Please,
valid.
Wow,
Well,
I'm
if
not
you need
gonna
an army,
lie.
I'd rather
well, if
I'd
you
rather
need a
I'd
long
rather
range,
have an
I'm
army.
your girl.
I'd
You need
rather
a
have
long
an
range, I'm
army
your
to face a
girl.
potential other army that's beyond those
If it
two.
means I
May
can
I add
protect,
something?
if it means I can protect others, then I'll be the shield. I'll be part of
Mm.
the shield.
That
I'm
way,
like the only person who knows
the
the
chance
exact
of
location of the
being
man.
attacked.
It's obvious.
May I add
Yeah.
something?
I'm pretty agile. I could work with a sword.
Wait, Pasteli, yeah? Yeah, sure. You're standing up, aren't you?
Everyone who's standing goes basically, but
Right,
there's
so
some
we're going.
there's some there,
We
there,
need to
there's
check
some
out.
there's something about this mission though that is really putting me on edge. Beans, are you sure you want to partake in something like this?
Yes.
I would not. I would
I
not
would.
let
I
him do that.
I don't think that's a good
Big
idea.
brother.
use
It does seem a little dangerous.
No, here's the thing. It'd be wise for those who are not. How I'd say this. It'd be wise to be able to have you guys safe, in just in case something else happens to us. That way, you
Your
guys would be in
second-
charge of protecting our other people that haven't joined.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You two are strong and valid.
We need to protect the
Alright.
other people as well if something were to happen.
Yeah, that's
Alright.
true.
May I
Here's
give
what
a
I'm-
suggestion as well?
Please.
Hang on. Before that suggestion, Kitty Angel, I can't let you. I can't let you on this mission. Please understand, it's too dangerous. But I will need. I need the. But I trust you both. Look at me, Kitty. Look at me. I trust you both to keep everybody else safe.
Well, I
Alright.
mean,
With
what
when
would
I'm
happen?
gone, you guys are in charge of Greece. You're in charge of everything. Okay, on there.
Damn,
If I don't come back in time, send help. Go get everybody else. Okay.
Well, I mean, let's face it though, everyone who's not fit for combat could always just hang with me in my little shop, far away from danger. You know,
I don't
as
trust
backup.
you ever.
Are you gonna be charging people for
I
that?
don't
I
trust
trust,
you
of course
I
not.
trust
personally.
him enough. I trust him enough.
All right. All right, let's review, okay? God tells us about a mansion. Zola knows the way. They
So
said
does
that
Grimes.
they said that they would find answers there. All right? So everyone who's standing up, besides the beans themselves, is going to embark on this journey. Now, I'm not entirely sure when it's going to happen, but I'm sure we'll discuss that amongst each other. But if there's answers lying within there, we got to take every precaution we can. We don't know what's beyond that door.
Oh, I'm goddamn right.
I agree.
Also,
So we gotta
Yeah.
bring lots of food, armor, weapons, anything you think you need.
Set up a
We can
phone
take
booth.
care of
guys,
the food aspect.
Yeah.
What is a phone?
here's the thing. Now, I, of all people, am really glad that this whole new world is here. I'm grateful that, like, we have the ability to create, to do whatever. But let me remind you that the world is very dangerous. You go on this mission, and something wrong happens, you could very well die. Now, I'm
I don't
not
give
saying
a
this to
shit.
scare anybody, but, maybe think a little bit harder about it for some people.
What I know, there are no
Oh,
doctors.
I already thought about it long and hard.
I'm not gonna let anyone get hurt while I'm there.
I just want answers, man.
Where Justice goes, I
Understandable.
go.
Alright,
Okay.
Where Justice and Ali go, I go.
we'll
Yeah, where
discuss
Justin goes,
If
I
we don't
go.
deal with the problem now, it's just gonna come back and bite us in the ass.
we'll
I
discuss
am
the
bored.
we'll,
Just want to help.
we'll discuss a time and date perhaps. I don't even know what month it is. I've lost track.
Yeah, we
Oh,
really need
well-
like sundials or something.
I mean, there's a clock in there, but we'll figure this stuff out as we go.
What?
Well,
Anyways,
Mm.
I guess this settles it. But thankfully, you had a suggestion. You had something
Yeah.
to say?
What I could contribute to this, just to make sure everyone is mentally healthy, so that you're not probably hallucinating anything, I could probably give out yeah.
I
Or
love
like
an enterprising businessman.
Oh, it's basically like a therapy.
He is a therapist. He is a
You're
therapist.
the one who
Therapy
gave me that
things.
coupon.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
got one
remember.
too.
Yeah, I remember the time that this idiot.
To be you're a trio. You know, you're a trio.
Yeah, watch out for each other's
Side.
backs.
Plenty of space in the shop.
Alright, let's go ahead and sit back down.
Yeah, go sit back.
Alright.
That's not a chair, Farron.
You know,
Sit
that's
in
a
the
chairs,
chair.
Grammy.
Chair.
Sit in the
Sorry,
chair.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Anyways, Grimes, you can sit back down.
I prefer standing.
Alright, we'll stand on the benches then.
Okay, so what else do we need to mention?
Oh?
See, there's bringing up the mansion just now. It reminded me of something that I was a little negligent to talk about, but
What?
it's better to say it now more than ever. So have any of you? Has anyone else been experiencing earthquakes by any chance?
I mean,
Yeah.
I felt
Important thing about this is that there were bodies, corpses, bones.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Has
yeah.
Yeah.
Has
Fair.
Maybe not
anybody
putting that up in
has
front of the
has
beans.
anybody discovered the other locations? If so, what did you find?
I have.
Remember we went to
Wait,
Patty, President Nova. We found
Yeah.
like a bunch of bodies
We
and like
wait.
a sign that
Somebody said.
said help.
We didn't.
Me and Grimes went to a couple other locations as well as including Danny with the with like at Orlade and California too.
They did point out the New York area.
Oh,
Me,
yeah.
Grimes, and Noi went to a location. It was creepy.
All right.
I've
We
seen one.
we definitely like when me and my sister here went to President Nova, and we searched the area. We found the the bottom half of the Eiffel Tower
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, that
boy.
in
actually.
ruins.
You wanna what's weird
Oh.
about it? And may I just say this right now? But what's weird about it? It's super rusty. Like it's been down there for ages.
What are you saying
Must be
exactly?
some sort of trick.
No, here's the thing. The material that it's made out of wouldn't rust in such a short span of time. It's like it's been down there for like ages. I'm not even kidding. It
How
almost looks
long
like if you touched it, you'd crumble it to
Are you
dust.
how
telling me? Oh, sorry.
how long have how have people say we've been here since like how long did it
A month?
happen?
A
Almost
month
a month.
or so.
A month at
Something like
best.
that.
But like how long do you think that what reset happened? Like
We don't know. That's the thing. We don't know.
I mean, the shrine looked a bit run down, like it was like 100 years old or something.
Exactly.
I'm
It's like it was
thinking
100 years old.
you shouldn't be able to do that in 100 years either.
So convenient that the sinkhole's just now out of all the months we've been here.
Well, here's the thing though. Here's the thing that's interesting. As soon as those sinkholes formed, my villagers knew exactly where to point. It's as if this has happened before. They knew exactly where to go, where to point to. And the fact of the matter is that the sinkhole that me, Yuki, and Nova discovered in where Paris used to be had the Eiffel Tower in it, and the one that I discovered in my land had a Shinto gate. I'm thinking that the other areas might have the same thing. There's probably ruins in there, corpses, maybe even additional information. Grimes, you said you went to the New York one, right?
Yep.
What did you
What was
find in
there?
there?
There was a death note.
That was basically it though.
What did
We couldn't make out anything.
No, no
what did it
building?
say?
No
What did it
anything?
say though?
Well, it had the memory of a dying person, and then something that was mentioning GCF lied to us. What did they lie about?
Yeah, what the
And
Yeah,
then the
like
rest of the note in the backside had frantic scribblings. And then,
like they're in a
A
hurry.
couple of tears too.
yeah,
Did you find
I
anything else, like any similar notes of that nature?
Any
no, but I
scripture?
did show it to Noy.
Okay.
The cold
Anyone
hard
else?
truth, huh?
Grimes, I know this is technically your property and whatnot, but do you mind bringing that next time we meet up and anything that's relevant? Because like even if it's vague, it might have some.
I
I mean,
think there
perhaps.
might have been a
Yeah.
death note back in California too. Am I wrong?
Oh,
What did that one say?
well, apparently it was a power station of some kind because,
Power station.
well, it kind of did look like that because of bloody whatever those lights were, and it also had a death note as well.
Hey,
What did it
And
say?
Memoirs of a dying person. I was about to say death note,
Right.
but
but
what? Do you
however,
remember what it said?
well, if you wanna keep saying, let's just say there was a lot of help us shit in the note.
Oh god, those.
Begging for mercy. I'm not leaving them down in a dark cave.
Their bones were.
Deserve to be buried. Even
I
though
will
What's
admit.
Good
worse?
choice.
Oh my god, what's worse is that one of the skulls had an open mouth. They were like
Ugh.
gasping for air.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's
don't
not.
mention that again.
Maybe don't say that in
Now,
front of the
I will.
children.
I will say this: the how I say the bones, they felt old as well. As by a single touch, they seemed to crack on a single touch as well.
How old?
That's why I was very careful with them when burying them.
If I remember, I don't know my biology that well, but they seem very as ancient as the structures as them as well.
They're almost like fossils, is what she's saying.
Hmm.
Centuries then,
It's
right?
impossible to happen within a. I'm estimating that we woke up in like in a month or a few
Hey
years
guys,
even.
it's like
I
we've
don't.
never
Few
entered
years,
into
no.
now that I
No, that can't
Crazy
be.
idea though.
What?
Like, wouldn't it be absolutely insane if we all somehow managed to be preserved over like centuries and just so happened to wake up long after everything's gone?
But that'd be
So
I don't want to
we
impossible.
think about
wouldn't. That
that.
would be
Same.
impossible, though. The
Wonder
human
if that
body,
were the
Mhm.
the
case, the
human body
gods
can
are
only
gods
go
now.
so long
That
for
would
water.
require,
like
with the mention of gods, I mean, that can't be not possible, right?
that would
No,
Yeah,
require
but
no,
like
no,
here's
no,
the
no.
thing.
cryogenic stasis.
Well, well, here's the thing, guys.
Mm.
If I remember my Greek mythology right, the gods don't necessarily directly interfere with you. They can
Yes.
guide you, they can help you in some way, but they can't directly help you.
They
But if
can't
you
And
think
save you
about
that's
it,
from
what
a death.
Hermes has been doing, actually.
Well, here's a fun little thing. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
So you're saying
Hmm.
this is not the work of a god, then?
No, I don't think.
Hmm.
No.
Dav's got a point.
I
I don't think we have the slightest grasp what's actually true and what's not.
Even if that is.
Yeah, that's true. But that's true.
But why a certain amount of people, though? Why wouldn't they just do a
Listen,
handful of people?
listen. All right. We all want answers, okay? And our first step is finding out whatever is in that mansion. Because Hermes said that there's answers in there waiting for
Mhm.
us. Perhaps we'll figure this out soon. But for now, we shouldn't
Gods
be.
don't just.
For now, we shouldn't just be talking over people, theorizing stuff because it's not going to make it any better. We have to think about this legitly.
Hmm.
Well, here's the thing. And this has been on my mind. Why would a god direct? And in the same manner of telling people that if it was a lie, wouldn't the story like what is their to several people if it was see
Well,
that's what I've been
Mm.
thinking.
It could also be the other way around too.
I haven't seen this Hermes god, so I can't tell either.
Has okay, can I confirm to the peeps who he's been saying this to?
Yes.
Go
Mhm.
go in and has he been doing it like this? Go this direction. You will find the answer to this page. And he points at a certain part in north. The
Oh
The
yeah.
same fucking direction as north the same direction as northern Greece, north of Greece. Has he been doing that?
Oh yeah.
not the
That's what I
same
kept seeing.
sentence, but he did do the point thing.
Where he pointed
hmm.
there north of Greece, yes?
Yeah.
Wherever you were, it was always north of Greece. That's I don't think it was a lie. I don't think it was a lie.
I don't think he
It's
was
the
either.
same manner. It's
Yeah.
the same
Hmm.
manner. There if it was a lie, there'd be some parts of it that are like different. But it's not. It's the
Hmm.
same story, same direction. It's probably true. There's probably something actually there.
Well, regardless if it's true or not, we're gonna check it out anyways. So yeah,
And
Yeah.
if
we
I
need
can
to.
So
recap real quick, we're going to have to secure the sinkholes and check out the mansion eventually.
yes,
Just
We need
about,
to
yeah.
stay on our
Might I
guard.
suggest that we
That's
secure the
really.
building before moving in?
Hmm.
Yeah.
We need to stay
Though
on our guard regardless.
Fox. What were you gonna say?
Hmm.
mark all the ones that Olive has been. That's a good idea. Haven't been to
That
Right.
is a good idea.
Good
That is a good
Yeah.
idea.
idea. Let's just keep track. Well, since that we're done with this one, and I'm pretty sure this is probably gonna close. What else do we need to know? I'm pretty sure there was one more thing we forgot. Danny?
Um, I mean, there was something. Yeah, there was something that I was gonna mention. Um, and it was kind of like shops and almost industry because um we don't really have much of that. And I feel like for like just possible like trading, whether it be um just raw materials or um I'm trying to think of something that would be
Like
more,
food as well.
yeah, like food,
Well,
or
I
yeah.
mean, if we're talking about trading,
Well, okay. The trading is definitely one option, but it's also like buying things like
Are you suggesting a currency?
uh,
along with the shops.
yeah, I we don't.
Well, as
You
long as I
know,
get money.
the thing is, it's not a too
Whip and
far-fetched
bake.
idea. It's not too far-fetched of an idea because with this being the new government, pretty sure this is going to be the government last. A currency is kind of an on something we need to discuss because we can't keep using the bartering system because there might be instances where the bartering is going to be unfair and then you'd get something lesser than what you should have gotten.
Yeah, you need to make something that everybody wants. It's kind of like
So
how
we need
paper money and coins used to be.
So,
hmm.
so we're
What do we
talking
use
about.
then?
Hmm.
I mean,
It all depends. It's something that we need to discuss maybe another time.
Really anything could be currency though, right?
yeah, but that's the
I've heard
bartering
that.
system. But it's easy to say that, hey, I'm giving you 64 steak and all you're getting is one iron.
Oh
Pretty
god,
good deal.
Yeah,
bloody
Oh,
realistic.
that is basically a scam, if you ask me.
Realistic?
It's basically
it
Yeah.
is a
But
what's
scam.
what's
Yeah, pretty
stopping
much.
what is stopping people from scamming? Nothing really.
Morality.
You're just morality.
Oh
What?
yeah,
But then
definitely
again,
morality.
Morality,
inner
please.
morality flies out the window. I'm gonna be
yeah.
perfectly honest about that.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Hate to break it, but he's
Well, we don't
completely
need to
right.
throw it out the window, but
Yeah, so maybe the next meeting we could discuss about a currency system, but for now, maybe the shops thing is something we need to look into as well.
Yeah.
Because actually, speaking of shops, there's a bunch of tents outside the place. Have you guys noticed that?
Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah, that
there's
could
like a
be
bunch of
handy.
stalls.
But there's
Oh,
no
Why
one
don't we
in
use
them
those?
though.
Why don't we use those?
you just want
Oh,
a
why
marketplace
not?
here?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have a
It's
marketplace here
I don't
outside.
see
I
why.
mean,
I don't see why we shouldn't.
should we
well,
assign basically for what shop should be there and what people who
I
will
guess
be
a
working
first
there?
come first. I guess a first come first serve basis would probably be more efficient. Whoever comes first
Yuki.
gets to sell first. Yeah, a certain
Alright
amount of
then.
time.
Well,
I like that deal.
Yeah.
what about distance though?
What do you mean
That's
distance?
true.
It's still gonna be quite a long trip to get to a marketplace right here.
Well,
This is
we
not
don't need to
exactly
only
near.
have marketplaces here. Here, we can have marketplaces like in our own towns. Like I'm planning on
That's
having
true.
one
Yeah.
over in my town of Orlade.
Oh, it's like one of those tourist stores type of thing.
No,
Yes.
no.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
It's a merchant store. It's basically like a merchant store where you sell shit. It's like a marketplace. It's like a booth, actually, is what you call it.
It's like a bunch of like
A market.
Okay.
people traveling
A
around
market
to sell
booth.
their stuff, right?
You could
Yeah.
Hmm.
also
I think
do
Vaughn would
like
be really good at that.
worldwide stores.
I see.
You
Actually,
could
it's
also set
traveling
up like
stores.
worldwide stuff.
Actually, currently we do have a traveling store if I think about it. Phone, don't you have that?
Well, I do, but I'm the one who's traveling, not my store. We've yet to figure out how to carry all that stuff around after all.
Yeah, that's true.
Multiple boats.
Yeah, transportation is of most importance out of all of this.
Yeah,
So
so we
What
really should
about
focus on the transportation.
um, what
Hmm.
about like okay, uh they're I have one of these things, but like they're kind of how do I put this? It's kind of like a chest, but it's not heavy. Like whatever you put in there, it's not heavy. You can actually pick it up and carry it around with you.
Oh, an ender
Ender
chest.
chest?
Ender chest?
You mean
Not
an ender
really an
chest?
ender. No, I don't think.
Oh?
Never mind.
no, it's
Hmm.
That's
Okay.
basically
I
a
don't know what to
relic, is
call
what
them
you're
anyway.
saying.
Okay, I guess we can, we'll think about this later
I
on,
don't
but
know.
it is
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
on the table. Yeah, yeah.
we'll come back to it in the
Yeah,
next
we'll come
We'll
Yeah.
back
come
meeting.
to
back to
that.
it.
let's do
And
that.
also an idea for the store thing. We could also have like worldwide businesses that are in mostly every other country, so you don't have to travel everywhere to get to one store.
That's true. That is true.
Sounds fair enough.
Each areas
When we
maybe have
when we get
food,
a when we
items.
definitely get a currency system, we should definitely set up the amount of prices for a certain item.
Mhm.
So it's more fair. And
What
we'll
are you
discuss the
looking at
price.
me
Yes,
for?
yes, Papa. Yes, Davern.
Mm.
I know. But what about
Ooh, yes, agreed.
entertainment?
not only do we have
Hmm.
but we need to think about
He's got a
like
point.
like to say all work no play makes whoever a dull boy.
You know, on that topic, we could have like the gladiator things in Greece, like back in the old days.
I
Isn't that
don't know
cool?
about that.
No,
No.
okay. First,
No.
okay. First
Yeah.
of all, my
No.
country will not be used for violence. There's been already so much history about violence in my place. I am not
Just a
putting
Yeah.
anybody
suggestion.
else.
I like
No.
history. I'm sorry.
Oh, what
I like
about
I like
oh wait,
history just as much as the next guy, but
wait,
remember
wait, just
history has taught us one thing. All right?
wait,
To repeat itself.
Humanity, yeah, it'll repeat
what
itself,
about a
okay?
what about a
And let's
theater?
not.
It always does.
It would be good.
Yeah, one of those theaters where you put on plays and also entertainment
A
for
Ooh,
everyone.
festival would
Shakespeare.
also actually a festival would also be nice.
You
Oh
know?
yeah.
But we're thinking annually. We should. This is gonna
I like
sound
the
crazy,
idea.
but what about a? Well, here's the thing, and this is gonna sound crazy, but for all the youngins here, you're probably not gonna be able to go in. Just saying, just saying.
Wow.
Are you are you
Aw,
are you are you
fair
thinking
Yes.
what
enough
I'm
to be
thinking?
in.
Please,
Are you
yes.
Youngins.
thinking what I'm
Yes,
thinking?
This is
You
cool, and I think
you
it's
shall we say it at the
voluntary.
same time? Shall we say it at the same time?
I mean, I don't
you
know if
do.
you're thinking what I'm thinking.
Casino.
Oh, jeez.
Casino.
Oh
God.
Oh
Lord.
no.
Oh, I was
Jesus.
thinking
Oh,
something else.
We
hey,
really
calm
want to talk.
down.
Yuki.
We really want to bring gambling
Alright,
and
hold
Data?
on a
over here.
second.
I
And I
don't know
agree.
about gambling will be a good idea.
We
It's an
just
amazing
Hold on.
idea. Shut
we're
up.
All
just
right,
beginning.
all right. There's a million people talking at once. Okay, one at a time, please.
Time out. Because the last time I've been
Hey.
in, there's some really harsh things when it comes to gambling.
Well, this is the new
true.
world. Think about it. We have control over what it does. Okay.
Exactly.
When the
Yeah.
old world was around, people would monitor you 24/7, and gambling was used by I don't know the mafia and whatnot. Okay, but that's the old world. People have to understand that this is the new world. Okay, we control whatever happens. I
Mm,
don't know if you guys know this, but some of the villagers they know how to make alcohol.
Well,
That's
They,
why I
How do
love
you
them.
wait?
Hold
not
up,
I'll
just
be
what?
sure to pay my
not just
visit.
any alcohol, but
They did make
alcohol
great
we
wine
used to
one time.
drink.
No,
It's a
it's
You
a
I
don't.
don't
drink
really know what that is
that
either.
you don't need to drink.
It's
Spicy
it's a beverage for the adults only. The adults
think
only.
of
I
it.
will say this.
I mean, as
Think of it. It
just
doesn't.
brought up
Okay.
earlier, we could not have the drinking age in the
Yeah.
old
No, no, no,
world.
no,
No.
no, 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 no,
No.
no, 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 no,
Uh-oh.
no.
Uh-oh.
All right, no, that is not what I was saying.
That is a bad
okay?
idea.
That is not what I was saying. Okay, what I'm saying is it's not too far fetched to. I mean, hell, you guys are taking it out of proportion. Maybe the casino doesn't have to be one individual place. Maybe it could be part of a larger resort.
I mean, I like the idea of a festival though.
Yeah,
Can
I like the
I
idea too.
can I try to see if I can't explain this to everyone? In that maybe it's not just a casino. Maybe it's not just alcohol. But I am all for the idea of an all-in-one entertainment area where all sorts of
Yeah.
events could be held and all sorts
Yeah.
of games could be played and so on and so forth. What does that sound like? Like Vegas, New Vegas.
New Vegas. We're thinking of a
New
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 Vegas.
Vegas.
Vegas. New
Can
Vegas.
we
Isn't
at
that
least pick
already
a
a
better
thing?
location?
New York.
Got
But
him.
just not in Vegas.
Thank you.
Could I interject?
Yeah.
Yes.
Aren't there more important things we can be talking about than opening casinos or drinking alcohol?
Well, if you were listening, you would have heard that this wasn't top priority.
It
I
was a
saw we
suggestion.
talking about it.
Priorities
From what we
dimension.
Then
You guys burned. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
from
That was
what we were
You
talking about before, we
Down.
segued into something far more
I had-
different. Far more. I
all
know
right.
it's not
So
top priority, but I just don't get the point in talking about something like this.
well, what's not to talk about? All right. If we're talking about building a railway system and establishing all these things and going
Native
front
ice.
first into a place that only a god told us about, what do you think we're gonna do afterwards? All right, you just
I mean,
gonna
I guess
you,
it's
you
something to
do you
celebrate
really
on keeping
think
back alive.
do you really think all of us are just gonna sit around and just endure all of that? You gotta have something to do.
Oh,
I get it.
dude, work
I get
hard.
it. I get
Work
it.
hard, play
Truly,
hard.
I do. It's not top priority, and that's why we saved it for last. All right. Everything we talked about before is top priority. This is an idea for the future. We're not just gonna stand up, waste our time making a casino, and then do everything else that we talked about. So sit down and actually think about that, Zolan.
Well, with that being
Well, I
said,
mean, he just got home.
we've talked about things from the past, we've talked about things from the future, and things in the near present. Some very urgent things and some, well, should I say, very luxurious endeavors. Is there anything we missed?
Don't
I
believe
think
so.
that's everything.
I don't think so. I think that's everything.
Meaning
I
is
mean,
your
for
then?
now, that is. Yuki? Archery. Archery is
Did
pretty
somebody
fun.
say archery?
Maybe we should talk about the plans for this resort later
Oh,
on.
actually,
then.
maybe I should.
Mm.
arrange
Yeah.
this.
Again,
Yeah.
it's a future plan.
Alright, that's fine.
Yeah, work hard,
Well,
play hard, my dude.
look, here's the thing. At least with all of this, remember, we're not survivors. We're livers. Wait, no, that doesn't sound right.
Why?
You get what I mean.
I'm more of a stomach person myself.
I'm more of
Come
a
on.
kidney.
I'm more
You know,
confused.
I'm more of a heart. I'm more of a heart.
I don't know what's going
I'm more
on
of a
anymore.
brain.
you know what?
Can we
You
please
know what?
stop
Fine.
with the? Can we please stop with the cannibalistic
You
comments?
tried.
I don't want
Just
anybody
put it
else
down.
to think that this is okay.
Anyone else?
Perfectly fine.
We
It's
All right.
can
funny.
do.
All right. Let's just review, okay? All right. If my memory serves correct, okay, we talked about fully establishing this council. Then we talked about the messenger system, which we still need to find out ways we're gonna do faster travel, which includes the skyways. So that's gonna be a community project. We discussed the communication towers. All right, those are a thing, and we're still working on them on fast email communication. Then we talked about the mansion, the gods appearing before us, and then we talked about some other things such as shops, infrastructure, banking systems, and future resort plans. All right, did I get all of it?
That is correct.
Mhm.
On the
Oh,
mark,
hang on.
actually. You're on
Hang
the
on.
mark.
Yeah, I got one more thing to add.
What's up?
Yeah.
When I was trying to blow up a mountain, apparently Hermes came over and gave me a bird,
What?
A what?
A bird?
a little pet bird, because
I'm more
Um,
interested in the fact that you were blowing up a mountain.
I was gonna say.
Why
Whose
were you
land
blowing up
were
a
you
mountain?
blowing up?
Why?
it was my
No.
land.
Okay, good to know. Just wanted
Why?
to ask.
Yeah.
Why were you
So-
blowing up a mountain in the first place?
Terraforming.
Demolition job. I need resources. But anyway,
I know someone's not gonna like
because
that.
I remember some god smiting my parents. So apparently Hermes got a bird for me. And I was like, oh well,
Are you sure that
that
whole
buttercup is
incident wasn't
worth
just
something.
being
Wait, did
unlucky?
he just give you a random parrot, or is it?
Just
Wait
a
a second.
random
Hang on a
parrot.
second. What? Wait, why did you mention the parrot in the first place? That something happened to it at the first time? Because you mentioned
said it got-
lightning.
You said it got
hit by
smited.
lightning.
Oh.
Yeah, my bird
Oh.
got smited. And I was pissed.
I think
That's
you
why I
said
called
that
that
Zeus
god
would be
Hermes
kind of
See, here's
funny.
the thing. Here's the thing. A bird getting smited by lightning is immediately KO'd, like permanently. So had
a random parrot.
Hell if I know.
So they just
here's
picked
the
up.
I
thing,
mean,
now
they
here's
are
the thing.
gods, though.
It's a specific parrot. Yo, wait a second.
What? Why are you jumping up and down like that?
This is a table. Stop jumping.
So
You're gonna break that chair.
Big sis.
sorry. But can I just say, that Greek mythology, there was a god that brought the dead back to life. He could do that.
Oh God.
Hades?
It's
You mean Hades?
Here we go.
Hades.
He did mention Hades,
He-
Hermes, when he was talking to
Isn't
me.
Hades the god of the underworld?
Yes, but he's not a
Yeah,
bad
he's a
guy.
great man.
Not really that bad.
Yeah, he's great,
Not
man.
really a bad guy. Have you read the story about it? Have you read
I
the
mean,
story
I
about
have,
it?
yeah, but.
I mean, he
So.
did take Persephone, but we're not going to question that.
I mean, that was normal
That was
during
normal.
that era. So
Right.
That was
I mean,
normal
yeah,
during that
yeah.
era. But anyway, yeah. That's the same bird that fucking.
Yeah. Also,
Hades.
Oh, yeah.
Hermes, for some reason, was able to turn a block of grass into gold.
Wait, who? Huh?
Hermes.
Wait, what? Huh?
Yeah. He literally, if there's a block of gold in Anime Land, there used to be a block of grass.
Really?
I thought you dropped that. I just
No,
picked it up.
that was Hermes.
Did he Midas touch that? Did he Midas touch
He had
he
something
do
in
that?
his hand and it turned into gold.
He's a god. I can only imagine that he can.
So
I
far,
was
we.
question a god.
Said, why would you question the god? Just stop questioning it.
Stop questioning the gods.
Honestly, I hate to admit it, but Ona's right. You know,
It's probably not worth
I don't
questioning the gods.
I don't understand why we question the gods. They're gods. They're capable of
They're
practically anything.
unpredictable, though.
Well, I mean, one of them's capable of being an asshole.
Which, by the way,
One of
just-
them is capable of being Kermit. So.
we need some benches in Anime Land. Just so you know, can we get some
All right,
benches?
we'll talk about that later. Okay.
Oh yeah, on the topic of gods, did anyone else meet Mother Nature?
What?
What?
Oh my god.
What?
Really now.
No. I'm surprised I haven't met that
What,
one.
Pastelli, what?
Wait, what?
Yeah, we were together for that one.
Wait,
The
what do
goddess
you mean
of
Mother Nature? What do you mean Mother Nature?
What was her name? Green hair, white dress.
Mellow.
It started with a P.
Wait,
Parsnip?
hang on.
Not
Say
Persephone.
that again. No, hang on a second. Say that again. Say that again right now. Say that again.
Green hair, white dress, started with a P.
Let me. Can I?
Pomona?
Is it
Pomona? Pomona, maybe. That was probably her name.
I've never heard of that type of goddess.
That was a new one to me.
That's a new goddess I've never heard of before.
Pomegranate.
Yuki.
How are
you good, Yuki?
No. Yuki,
Great
no.
goddess of pomegranates.
No.
Yeah, that's
No.
that's what we. No,
Yuki, no.
Do not.
No.
Big sis,
Is
are
Yuki
you-
okay? Is Yuki okay?
I think
It's
they're
not
kind
the
of
same,
broken
so
at
no.
the moment.
Do not.
Big sis,
How
are
can you
you
know
okay?
that? How
What?
can you know that? How can you say that? How can you say? What if it's actually the same
I'm
person?
I'm not willing to.
Okay.
This is ridiculous. We can't.
What's the problem?
How are you so oblivious?
Is everything
Stop
alright?
pushing me.
He
Tell
says
me
not
how
the
you
same
so
person. How
oblivious.
can you say that? It matches. It. You know what she looks like. You know what she looks like.
Oh, okay.
You're saying she's a god. That's not. She never was like that
It
when we
explains
grew
why
up.
she vanished. I mean, it explains why she vanished.
Big sis, now's not the right
Not to
time.
rain on
We're
your
kind
Listen,
of
no.
in the
You
middle
guys
of the
can
Mind getting
meeting.
back to your seat and explain what's going on?
Can't do
Can
this.
I bring
We'll
up
talk about
something
this
bad?
afterwards.
Can
We
y'all take your
recede
troubles
back to the
home,
meeting,
please?
Hey,
Uh,
it's not necessary.
I apologize. It's nothing.
Maybe we should. Maybe we should just cut this meeting.
Yeah, we need to adjourn this meeting because we've kind of longed our stay. We already discussed what we wanted to discuss.
So,
Before we
meeting adjourned.
before we adjourn this meeting, is there anything else anybody needs to bring to the table? Because as far as I'm concerned, another meeting like this won't happen for, well, I'd say a
A
week.
while.
You know what? Alright.
here's one last thing. I'm not sure if I can say this, but Worcestershire. Okay, there we go. That's it.
Okay, yeah, meeting adjourned.
What?
Meeting adjourned.
Meeting adjourned.
Oh God.
Thank you for everyone for coming. We'll see you
No
in a week.
problem.
Thank you.
Come on.
Alrighty.
Alright, Davin, let's go.
Soul,
Thanks, sis.
Sky, are you ready?
Allie,
You wanna
come
come?
with Allie, come with
Yeah.
me, Yuki.
Let us go.
One at a time, people. You don't want to jam in the door.
Thank
I'm
you for
gonna
coming,
go.
everybody.
I'm gonna go make my way back.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, fine.
Alrighty.
See you there.
Well, let's go.
Oh wait.
Dad,
Is
can I
it-
ask something
Oh.
of you?
Actually,
I-
I might need to get back.
Oh,
Where?
Allie.
There's Davin.
was this for
I
you?
need
Yeah.
I need to get back.
Allie, you're gonna want to
Looks
stay
like
for
he's just
this.
giving him-
Oh,
But my dogs.
Your
Alright,
dogs
Davin.
are
I know,
your
Bill.
dogs will be fine.
Oh.
All right.
Thank you, good sir.
Thanks.
I was just randomly
Whatever
given a
that was.
cake.
I was trying to give someone a
keep
ride.
it.
I was gonna give someone a ride.
Hey, bro. Good to see you again.
Wow, okay. Okay, Okay, so. Your thoughts?
Yes.
Much appreciated. It seems like Sky is just writing in his book, and I don't know what much he's doing. Do you think everything seemed going well in the meeting?
I think we could have stayed more focused, but I think that it could have gone much worse.
Yeah, it honestly could have gotten much worse, but considering, I don't want to say that we were the most organized, but we definitely got a lot of points on, even if that last bit of resort, and I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure why we had to have a meeting about that. That could have been built, but whatever. I'm not one to judge. Yeah, so
I think we got very lucky with the group that we were given, that none of us are less.
yeah. I mean, I hope that. Yeah, I only hope the best for this, but oh well. I mean, yeah. Sky, what did you think?
It was a very long-winded meeting.
Yeah, well. Oh, also, I wanted to speak to you too about, Orlade. Since you both have joined, I'm currently in the process of getting things built, such as shops. You had mentioned you'd want a florist shop, correct?
Yes, I'm also good with potions.
Yeah, that's good to know. And then a blacksmith is being constructed as well. However, I do realize I'm quite literally the only person that is leading Oralade, and I can only do so much. And I figured I can't actually do everything by myself. I figured I might need some help alongside me. And that's why I kind of wanted to ask, or Sky, are you good with weapons?
I am.
Would you be willing to be the guard of Oralade?
I can do that for you.
Much appreciated. And Soul.
Yes.
I obviously I'm obviously very well equipped just by myself, but I can't help to think that I might need some help along the way.
Of course, it's the reason I joined.
Well, will you be the right-hand woman to Orlade?
Of course. Absolutely.
Well, it's settled. In that case, like I said, things should be built within the week, and within time we can get everything, people moved in, and I still have to. I'm going to speak with Yuki soon after about looking into helping out building just towns, like the townhouses and the shops and the plaza. But besides that, we should be good to go. Alright. Well, let's head out there. I think I'm gonna start heading home. I don't know where you guys are planning to head off to.
I'm probably going to stick around for a little while.
Alright. I'm not. Yeah. Usually everyone's crowded out around here. Oh well. Sky, what are your plans?
I'm probably gonna start getting organized to move over.
Alrighty. Well, in this case, this will be my departure. I'll speak with you all later. It was
Bye.
lovely to see you two here, and it was lovely. I'll also have some gear prep for the both of you once you officially move in.
Wonderful.
Alright.
Appreciate it.
It was lovely seeing you today. Take care now. That was lovely. Hopefully, they know where they're going to be going and where they'll be headed off to next. There's my boats. Alright. Well, there's only one way down.